officially 2 centimeters dilated. Went to the doctor this past Thursday. Doctor said I was dilated, which is good. Today is Saturday, August 10th, I believe, because 12th is my due date, which is Monday's my due date, which is August 12th. So it's 2 days away. So right now we are on a countdown. I pretty much have like stuff set up. I have Pampers, Jesus, and I got my crib put up. My mom's here. We are ready to go. Look at my crib. It's so cute. I got my comforter on it, but
$5.99 sandwiches, $5.99 pasta, $5.99 steak.
I can't wait. So I'll keep y'all posted. Decided to go to Nebraska Furniture Mart today, out in the Legends, and I think my water just broke. Like, I decided to sit. I saw this vibrating like chair or whatever, so I went to go sit in that. I didn't turn it on yet, but I did have to squeeze myself in there. So as soon as I sat down and I pressed the power button for it to like reverse back, I just felt like a leakage coming out of me. And I got up, and then it just kind of kept coming, and I'm like, oh my God, am I peeing or am I not? So I'm like, Mama, I think my water just broke. Ran to the bathroom, started gushing out. My mucus plug fell out, and people seem to always say that it looks like a tampon or something. To me, it looked like a glob of like snot that's infected or something like that. Like, it looked really disgusting. So I ended up calling my doctor's office, and they got the doctor on call, and so basically she's gonna call the hospital and let them know that I'm on my way. So basically we're just gonna go get checked out to figure out what's going on. I have to stop by my house to get my hospital bag because I refused to put it in my car because I was still using some of the stuff that was in there. So yeah, but that's the update. And Mama's probably over here texting 10,000 people. Just send out a group message. So we're in the hospital, and they are going to admit me. And we've been here since, what time, Mom? Like 2? 3?
3.
Like 3. And they're gonna admit me. They had me on a hooked up to a monitor, and I had a few contractions come through, but I couldn't feel anything, but you can see them on the monitor. So right now they're getting my room together. I am about to, she said I can get up and walk around, so I'm about to put on this giant pad. This thing is huge because I'm leaking. I'm still leaking from when my water broke, so I'm gonna put that on also with these little panties. She called them Very Sexies. You know, Victoria's Secret did have some panties that look like this that were called Very Sexies, one size only. You remember those?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm gonna put those on, walk around, and just get this process started. It's cold. It is like 7 o'clock, I don't know. And I'm not having like horrible contractions, but I can definitely feel more pressure coming in. They just were monitoring the baby and the baby's heart rate. I haven't gotten checked again to see if I was more dilated yet. So yeah, I'm just here. So I'm gonna try to like walk around and move, and that's it. I don't know what else to do in between time. Mama over there chilling. She done told the whole world. But talk to y'all later. I am 9 weeks postpartum today, and I wanted to record a video regarding my labor and delivery and how this beautiful princess got here today. Hopefully she don't start crying in the middle of this video, but you know, we got the bottle ready. It ain't really that much milk in here because she just ate, but y'all know how it go. So basically, in the last video that I made, I was like 3 centimeters dilated. My contractions were coming in, but they weren't like super intense. And basically, since that video and to how she got here, it went extremely fast. Everything that happened extremely fast, and I did not have time to record it. So I ended up having an unplanned C-section, and my contractions came in. So as my contractions being at 3 centimeters, as they continue to increase, you guys know I wanted to have like a natural birth. So I kind of decided to get in a more relaxed state. I decided to dim the lights in the room. I listened to some Beyonce because that's what I love, you know, Beyonce on the wall back there. So, you know, that's my girl. So I ended up listening to Destiny Fulfilled album. But some people listen to like a lot of calm music like jazz, tropical rainforest, stuff like that, that's more soothing and relaxing. Some people bring in candles. Whatever you need to do to just make your atmosphere as content as possible. Is basically what you need to do, and that's what I did for myself. So as my contractions came in, there's really nothing you can do to stop the level of pain, but there's things that you can do to help push yourself through the contractions and push yourself through that pain. So with me, I came up with kind of a crunch process. So I would take deep breaths, like really slow deep breaths, as I feel the contractions coming in. As I feel them coming in, I would start to do like minor crunches, like between my legs and my pelvis, just bringing my legs up towards my stomach. And I would start doing crunches as the pain came in. And that kind of helped soothe, not soothe, but kind of maintain. I don't even know if it maintained anything, but all I know, it pushed me through until I can make it to the next contraction. So I started doing minor crunches and all, which kind of helped me to push through. I also had a vibrator, I don't know what you call it, like a back vibrator or something like that on my lower back that my doula actually brought for me, and that helped in the mix of me trying to take very slow deep breaths. And I would just close my eyes and continue to crunch until the contraction came in and went back away. So that's how I kind of maintained my crunches. But as time went on, I was having a lot of pain, and the hospital was having a hard time monitoring her heart rate and her oxygen levels, being in my stomach. So they were getting very concerned, and what they decided to do was they asked me if I wanted to do it, was have a C-section, because they couldn't monitor anything and they just wanted to make sure everything was okay, and that was the safest bet possible in my case scenario. And I actually went ahead and went through with it. At that time, my mindset wasn't right. I'm looking at my mama, I'm looking at my doula, and I was just like, I don't really know what to do at this point. And I just went ahead and told them, well, let's just go ahead and do it. It was just one of those situations where I was nervous and I started praying, and then something over me was like, okay, let's just do it. So I went ahead and proceeded with that. So basically, when the doctor came in to talk to me about the C-section, the nurses were all also like, so the doctor came in and talked to me about the C-section, and he basically told me when we go back into the room, I'm going to give you an epidural shot. You need to stay still as much as possible and stay still in between your contractions. So we're going to basically, you're going to curve your back over as much as possible, and we're going to curve your back over as much as possible and just basically stay still so we can give you the shot. And so I got really nervous because my contractions was coming in back to back, and they were hurting like a little B word. So I was concerned about me being able to stay still in between my contractions. So at that moment, my anxiety was kicking in, and I just started praying. I couldn't do nothing else but just pray and just hope that everything was gonna work out for itself, and you know, just do that, because at that point, like, there's nothing you can do. I was really nervous about the baby and nervous about her because they couldn't monitor her properly. So I just wanted everything to go well and be all right. And so basically they took me back to the procedure room. I had to remove all of my jewelry, and I did pretty well actually. I bent over, they gave me a numbing shot first, which I kind of felt it was like a little stick, and then they gave me the epidural shot, and I actually did not move at all, and I was super happy about that, because I was scared, like for real, I was scared the entire time. So basically I felt my body getting numb, like from my breast all the way down to my feet. And I've had surgery before, foot surgery, where they knocked me out completely, so this was really nerve-wracking, just to be awoke and you can just feel like your upper half of your body and then the lower half of the body, you can't even move. Like that was just a feeling that I did not like at all. That's why I wanted to do a natural birth. Like stuff like that I do not like. And basically he did prick test on me, on my skin, to where in places where I can feel it, in places where I shouldn't feel it. So that was also a good thing, just to, you know, make sure you test, because you just don't want to go into something and not know it, because but it actually took them a lot longer to prep and prepare me than it did to take Kari out. So they ended up cutting me open, they took her out, took her to wash her, they let me see her, and then they took her to wash her off, and then brought her back to where me and my mom were. They ended up stitching me up. I got invisible stitch and dissolvable stitches inside of me, and the team that I was with was very cool, down to earth. They made me feel very, you know, safe and warm, and just kind of did everything they needed to do to make me feel comfortable. So I was really happy about that. I was extremely cold in that room. Like, I did not feel comfortable. I was freezing, like my arms and everything was shaking. I couldn't even hold Kari. Like, they had me strapped down from arm to arm, and it was just way too much. So then I had to go to the recovery room, and I was in the recovery room for about an hour. And basically they're trying to let the epidural to wear off of me, and that feeling was weird, because you can start to feel like, you know, tingling in your feet. You can start to move your feet, and at one point one of my foot I can move, the other one I couldn't, and I did not like that at all. So the procedure overall went really well. It went really quick for me. One thing that I will say is that I know I talked about having a birthing plan and following my birthing plan and having a natural birth. Life happens, and sometimes you cannot control what happens. So to parents and mothers that are trying to do a birthing plan, just be very open for different options. Do your research. I did not do research on the C-section because I didn't think that I would even need that option, but it's good just to be aware of what it is, the pros and cons of it, just so you can be able to, you know, make a decision in my scenario, like, hey, we need to do this for the sake of the baby, just so you can have your options open. So I really, mothers, please just do your research. Even I had a really good experience. I was at St. Luke's Hospital, and I really had a good experience there. The nurses were really nice. They came in, the lactation coaches was really nice, and just really gave me a lot of information and gave me a lot of additional pumping tools that I needed for my breast pump. And they really overall had a good experience with St. Luke's. So I was very happy about that. And they still reach out to me till this day to make sure I'm okay, you know, if I need anything. And it was just really good. My recovery process was pretty good. They said that basically for me, I was up, let's see, the day I had the surgery, the next day I did not move at all. The day after that, she was like, let's try to take a few steps today. And by that third day in the hospital, I was in so much pain, but I was up like moving around and like walking a little bit in between them giving me my medication, because when I didn't have my medication, I was laying in that bed because it was so much pain. But they just said overall, if the more you walk is better, but for your recovery, but also just be careful, like you can't lift anything heavier than your baby, and so you just need to basically take your time to rest. I don't listen, so I was up and moving and going, because by the time I got home with my medications, I was able to, you know, get up and do stuff. So I can't sit still. But I recommend that when you do have a C-section, that you have enough time that you can sit at home and you can rest your body and let your body naturally heal. Because that C-section pain is a different type of pain. Like, I don't know what it's like to push out a baby, but that pain, them cutting you open, them stitches, getting up and out of a bed, like, shh. And then in the middle of the night, you have to get up, get out the bed, get the baby. You know, it's a lot. It's really a lot, and it's a lot of pain. They prescribed me Tylenol, and I also took Oxycontin. I don't like taking medication, so I actually took just a little bit of that and what I needed of that, and then I kind of just stopped taking it when I didn't have as much pain, and I kind of just took the Tylenol. Hi, Stinkolinka. Say hi, Stinkolinka. Hi. You're not bothered? She is not bothered, but this is my baby right here. I love her to death. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, any advice, just anything, comment below. This is just me and my life, my journey, nothing too special about it. And yeah, love, peace. Oh, you want to talk, huh?